like that. Something I actually should have set up here is their skill profile. Okay, so in their subjective, talking about what skills do you do, what do you do on vault, bars, beam, floor for men's, what are your in-bar skills on high bar, what are your strength skills, what level are you, and then tying that up to mapping out, are they extension based, are they landing impact based, for guys, are they a pommel specialist, so they're going to swing a lot of pommels, because that will kind of guide where you're going in your exam, right? Skill profile is very important to help map out that person's, I guess, propensity towards maybe an overuse injury. And prior injury history also goes along with that. So landing, those kind of things, shoulder, hip. I do always want to screen on every gymnast for low back pain. So the 5 tests that we did yesterday, the storks, the press up, compression, flexion, extension, traction. Just because the rates are just crazy high. Just like I'm looking for everybody, I'm looking for wrist pain, I'm looking for ankle irritation or previous severs in everybody. I think low back pain is just so common that if we're not checking for it all the time, then we're doing a disservice. I think coaches should be regularly screening for back pain and ankle flexibility and all those kind of things. Like line them all up. Like everybody tests the back of your knee, test the back of your knee, just listen. You might be like, so, does that hurt? Does that bother you? And you can pick something not hurt specifically. But you hear some moans and some groans. And you can start, then you take that person and do a press up for me. Can you bend forward? Can you touch back? And just be like, yeah, my back's been hurting. It's a little sore. I try to roll it out. The funniest one is people that are always rolling their back out. Right? Can you roll bone out? Not really. It's the muscles around it that are like spasming up, splinting to try to protect themselves. Low back pain. And then anything more dynamic probably goes towards the end. So if you're concerned about, something like a gymnastics skill, you probably want to see a handstand or a bridge. If you can, I'd like to see a tap swing. All right, I'd like to see a couple movements that are more gymnastics dynamic based, because what this looks like, if their shoulder checks out here but it falls apart here, maybe they just have a strength or an imbalance they need to work on. And then you take all this and you write kind of like take an individualized program approach. So you just check off, you go back in your list and you say, well, wrist was a little bit stiff, they didn't squat very well, the knees, because their dorsiflexion is limitation. Hips were pretty okay, it must have been the dorsiflexion. Not too bad in their shoulders, but maybe they're a naturally Gumby person and they could really use some accessory rotator cuff work. Maybe they're just that person who does have really stiffness in their lat, they could use some foam rolling. Strength was pretty okay. The landing mechanics weren't that great. On single leg, double leg wasn't too shabby, but single leg was really bad. No back pain, and dynamically they look pretty good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, I'd probably give this person soft tissue work for their calves and their wrists. I'd probably give them some shoulder rotator cuff work, and I'd give them the landing protocol to try to work through that. And that would be their 10-minute ramp program beforehand. They'd come in and do all those things, and they would do 10 minutes before that. And then when we break up and we have 15-minute blocks in the season about recovery or time like that on a light day, everybody, whatever's in your binder for your individualized program, you have 15 minutes to go through your program, and I'll walk around and we'll help everybody out. So that's how you get individualized assessments based off of what they need, instead of everybody just do a hip stretch, everybody do a shoulder thing, everyone do this and that. Or we do a performance complex and we hash them out as we go. Cool. Any questions? Yes, I love it.
So the